Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's delve into the frustrating world of graphics glitches in Dying Light when emulated on Android Yuzu, particularly on devices with Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processors. This tutorial will cover the causes, common manifestations, troubleshooting steps, and, importantly, why providing a code example is largely impossible in this context. We'll focus on practical fixes and workarounds, not unrealistic programming solutions. Understanding the problem, Dying Light on Yuzu and Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. The core challenge, emulation overhead and hardware differences. Emulation is not native execution. Yuzu is a Nintendo Switch emulator. It takes the Switch's game instructions, compiled for the Switch's ARM-based nvidia Tegra processor and its specific GPU architecture, and translates them to run on your Android device, which has a different ARM CPU, likely a Snapdragon, and adreno GPU. This translation is incredibly complex and resource-intensive. It's like trying to run a Windows program designed for an Intel processor on a Mac using an emulator. There will be overhead, inefficiencies, and potential translation errors. Hardware variations. Even if your Android phone has a powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, it's not the same as the Switch's hardware. GPU architectures differ, driver implementations vary significantly, and memory management works differently. This means that the way Dying Light renders graphics on the Switch, optimized for its hardware, won't translate perfectly to your phone. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 context. The 8 Gen 1, while powerful, had its fair share of thermal management issues and inconsistent driver support in its early life cycle. This can further exacerbate emulation challenges. Some games may be more stable on other chipsets depending on the specific driver and the game's code itself. Specific issues with Dying Light, typically. Texture corruption. This is one of the most common issues. You might see textures flickering or missing entirely. Textures appearing as solid blocks of color. Textures stretched or distorted. Checkerboarding artifacts. Shadow rendering problems. Shadows may be broken, missing, or exhibit strange artifacts. Lighting glitches. Incorrect lighting can lead to an overly bright or dark image, or flickering light sources. Geometry errors. In rarer cases, you might see holes in the world geometry or objects rendering incorrectly. Performance fluctuations, FPS drops. Emulation is demanding. Even with a powerful processor, certain areas of Dying Light can cause significant frame rate drops. These drops can be related to the other graphics glitches. 2. Why code example is misleading in this situation. It's important to understand that you cannot directly modify the game's code to fix the rendering glitches. You are emulating the game. You aren't working with the source code. You are working with a translated version of the game being run through a piece of software attempting to behave like the real Nintendo Switch. Emulation code is complex and off-limits. The core of the problem lies within Yuzu's emulation code, which is thousands upon thousands of lines of C++ and other languages. You can't simply fix the translation of a specific shader or rendering function by modifying the game files. Switch game format. The game itself is compiled in a specific format, Nintendo Switch binary, which is proprietary and very difficult to work with. 3. Troubleshooting and potential solutions. Given the limitations, here's what you can do. 1. Update Yuzu Importance. The Yuzu team is constantly working to improve compatibility and fix bugs. Make sure you're using the latest version, preferably a mainline build. Check Yuzu's official website or Discord server for updates. How the update process varies depending on your specific Yuzu setup. It usually involves downloading the latest APK and installing it. 2 graphics driver tweaks, Mesa Turnip drivers. Explanation Mesa Turnip drivers are community-developed open-source graphics drivers specifically designed to improve the performance and compatibility of games on Adreno GPUs within emulation environments. They can sometimes offer significant improvements. How to install, general steps, use caution. 1. Research before proceeding. Thoroughly research the compatibility of Mesa Turnip drivers with your specific Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 device and the Yuzu version you're using. Incorrect drivers can cause crashes or instability. Look for recommendations from other users with similar setups. 2. Download the appropriate Turnip driver from a reputable source, example the Mesa Turnip Discord server, a trusted community forum. Make sure it's designed for your Adreno GPU version, Adreno 730. 3. Installation, using Yuzu. Open Yuzu. Go to Settings-Graphics. Look for an option like Use Custom Drivers or Load Fukin Drivers. Select the downloaded Turnip driver file. 4. Test and adjust launch Dying Light and see if the glitches are improved. If you encounter problems, you may need to try different versions of Turnip drivers. Caveats Turnip drivers are not officially supported by Qualcomm or Yuzu. They can be unstable, especially with newer games or specific hardware configurations. It's essential to back up your Yuzu configuration before making changes. 3. Yuzu settings adjustments Access Open Yuzu and go to Settings-Graphics. Key settings to experiment with accuracy level try setting this to normal or high. Lowering it may improve performance at the cost of some visual fidelity, and potentially fix some glitches. Graphics backend you can select Fukin or OpenGL. Fukin is usually preferred for Adreno GPUs, but OpenGL might sometimes be more stable. Test both. Resolution lowering the resolution, example from 1x native to 0.75x native, can significantly improve performance and might alleviate some texture-related glitches. Asynchronous GPU emulation enable this to offload some of the CPU calculations to the GPU. Anti-aliasing if enabled, try disabling it. AA can be a performance hog and can sometimes cause artifacts. Texture filtering try different settings here, example automatic, nearest, linear. Disable/enable vsync see if toggling vsync impacts the glitches. Vsync can sometimes introduce input lag. Experimentation change one setting at a time, restart Yuzu and test Dying Light to see if the change had a positive effect. Keep a record of the settings you've tried. 4. CPU and GPU overclocking, use with extreme caution. Disclaimer overclocking can damage your device if done improperly. Proceed at your own risk. Explanation if your phone's cooling system is adequate, you might be able to slightly overclock the CPU and GPU to improve performance. How you'll need a kernel that supports overclocking and an app to control the clock speeds, example kernel adder, kernel manager. These often require root access. Increase the CPU and GPU frequencies gradually, monitoring the temperature closely. If the device gets too hot, reduce the clock speeds. Risks overheating. Asterisk permanent damage to your device. Asterisk reduced battery life. Asterisk instability. 5 game-specific mods or patches, rare but possible. Asterisk check community forums. Asterisk keep an eye on Yuzu community forums, example Reddit, Discord, for any user-created mods or patches specifically designed to fix dying light glitches on Android. These are rare, but sometimes dedicated users will develop workarounds. 6 cooling solutions. Asterisk external fan. A simple external fan can help keep your phone cooler during extended gameplay, potentially preventing thermal throttling and improving performance. Liquid cooling. Advanced some phones have built-in liquid cooling systems. Ensure these are functioning correctly. 7 background processes. Close all unnecessary background apps before launching Yuzu. Freeing up memory and CPU resources can help with performance. 8 Consider alternative devices. It's unfortunate, but the reality is that the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 might simply not be powerful or well supported enough to run dying light flawlessly on Yuzu. You might have better luck with a more recent device or a device with different hardware. 4. Example of a pseudocode snippet, illustrative, not directly usable. I want to emphasize this is purely for illustrative purposes. It's intended to convey the type of code that would hypothetically be needed to fix a glitch, not something you can actually run. Why this is unrealistic. You don't have access to use a source code, unless you're a developer on the project. Even if you did, the code is incredibly complex. Understanding how to fix a specific shader translation would require deep knowledge of both the switch's GPU architecture and the Adreno GPU architecture. You'd need to recompile Yuzu after making any changes. The actual fix might be far more complex than this simplified example. It could involve adjusting multiple shaders or even modifying Yuzu's rendering pipeline. This example assumes the problem is a simple depth scaling issue, which might not be the case at all. Conclusion. Fixing dying light glitches on Yuzu with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 device is a challenging task. Code examples are misleading because you can't directly modify the game. Focus on the practical solutions outlined above, update Yuzu, experiment with graphics settings, consider turnip drivers, with caution, and be realistic about the limitations of emulation on mobile hardware. Remember to research your hardware thoroughly and back up your data before making any significant changes. Good luck.